Okay, this is Thomas Buford, and here is my iteration on the 2D platformer. So, the first three things that you'll notice that have changed are, for one, the background is now a solid light blue color. I did this because it was a pretty easy, quick way of getting the game looking a bit more done. The second thing is this arrow here, which will hopefully generally get people's attention and get them to understand that the general trend of the level is to go up and to the right and up the stairs, which are right there. The third thing is this bonus items box right up here. That will keep track of how many bonus items they get and also let them know that there are bonus items to get in the first place. So now that that's done, let's move forward. First stop, you will notice I changed the letter color, the color of the P here, so that it is a bright yellow. So most of the people who came to this eventually tried pressing P and sunk down into it as the bottom area as they were supposed to when they were learning the mechanic, but some people just weren't getting it. So I was hoping, in order to get their attention more towards the letter and its significance there, to make it a brighter, more obviously standing out color. So coming down here, a lot of people were confusing the stand-in shape that I gave the bonus items for an arrow, because it was an upside down triangle, so they were ending up phasing through the floor and dying instantly. So I changed the texture to a fuzzy circle instead, so that it's more obvious that it's something like that you can walk into. And of course the bonus items sign is yellow too, so I was hoping that they'll attribute the color match to try and kind of help guide them as to what it is before they actually touch it. Continuing on, up the ladder here. So the next big thing is I added in checkpoints, which a lot of people it's something I've always intended to put in, and a lot of people were commenting on how without checkpoints, it just kind of sucks to have to go all the way back to the start of the level. So there it is, and just to prove it, I will fall through, and I end up back there. Another reason for checkpoints is that kind of plays on the last one, is when people come up to a place like this, if they don't have a checkpoint, they don't really have, or they don't really want to risk exploring. So like, there's a platform down there, as you may recall from the last video, but they have no way of proving that there's a platform down there. It's kind of has to be guessed by like what you have to, I think like, oh, I have to figure out now that I can phase through objects, and like that's fine, except if they have to start all the way back from the beginning, people are not going to want to do those leaps of faith. So it's good to have a checkpoint there to encourage them to explore and take risks. Going up here, a checkpoint, and this one, in case they didn't do it before, this one now forces them to actually hit the checkpoint as they walk by it. So coming up to here, this was previously the most problematic point in the game, the least forgiving in terms of like jumping. You could pretty easily die here, because if you failed here, then you fall all the way through to the kill plane in the very bottom. By making this pole here a lot thinner, I considerably reduced the difficulty of it. Actually, you can even get up just by jumping there. Shoot. So going back up there, just hop in here quickly. I will try and collect all these bonus items this round quickly. So going back up there is also significantly easier to jump in from this side. I also made it so these other ones, this other jump is a little more forgiving, so you don't keep falling down there. And it is possible to just jump right from down here up onto there, but it's a lot simpler to go over here and jump up from there. Checkpoint. So as I said, I'm going to try and get all of the little bonus items quickly. Yes. The encouragement to explore is particularly important around here where you have all these buildings and things. I want them to, I mean, they have to explore to find the staircase, but so I want them to not really fear doing that. I don't want that to be a negative, like, oh, I could die any second kind of thing and have to go start back. So now leaving the shop there. Final checkpoint and staircase. And then the final change is I have now added in an actual level door. It's a, fancy little like portal thing, which because I don't actually have any different levels at the moment, it just restarts me back at the start. But in any case, it is a self-contained level, so it's just nice to have it there, so the end actually does something. But yeah, so that is my presentation. Thank you.